All right, ladies and gentlemen, meet the sexiest woman alive. I'm so good looking. All right, I'm so happy. All right. Now, guys, I don't know about you guys, but I find it kind of, I don't know. I just find it kind of strange. You're like seeing these girls that are like so beautiful. They're like major celebrities, and they end up with guys that are not really that good looking. And you're like, well, and some of us, I mean, the majority of people that are dating and meet people, the majority of us have people that aren't necessarily good looking, but we think they're good looking, so that's all that matters. I just have a different sense of what good looking is. I find that people that look like me are really good looking, but obviously people have different tastes, and that there's a reason for that. We can't have all people liking one thing. We can't have all people wanting one thing, because if we did, then the world would be kind of a totally different place, and no one would have anybody, and that would kind of suck, obviously. But we need to have different types of people, different kinds of people. They add all kinds of entertaining to us, and they add all kinds of performing, and they add all kinds of enjoyment to our lives. So some people really, really don't like a person that looks like me. Some people really like people that are overweight or people that are maybe have any kind of different look than I do, but they may not like me. Some people might find me to be too hard to maintain. They may find me to be, I'm not, I'm very nice and very easygoing, but people might find I'm too hard they might think I'm high maintenance, as Marco, obviously, because I don't date as Melina, but as Marco. So people might think I'm high maintenance or whatever. Or they're just like, they maybe have asked out people that are like me in the past, maybe didn't get the answer they had hoped for, so hopefully that's not happening, but it does happen. So then they might be like, well, I have to find somebody that maybe isn't as attractive or whatever. But I mean, but we all love the people that we're with, and we're all happy with the people that we're with. And we need different kinds of people in the world. Like, I know there's some people in the world that are like not, they don't find me attractive. They just don't. Like and you would think they would because I'm gorgeous, but they find other me as Marco, right? They find other men more attractive because they think, well, this type of man is nicer, or this type of man has more in common with me, or whatever. Or maybe he's intelligent, or has a sense of humor that I like, or his personality is great, or he doesn't seem like he needs to have a lot of stuff, or whatever the reason. Some people choose people that are not me, which obviously you need to only pick one person. Some people pick a lot of people, but you know what I mean. Like you're only going to pick so many people, so you're not going to necessarily pick me. So people won't pick me necessarily. I'm married, by the way, but people won't pick me necessarily. So, but when I saw Katherine Heigl and she was talking about her husband, and she was saying he was sexy, and I'm like, well, let's see what he looks like, and then I'm like, like obviously to most people he is sexy, like he was a good looking man, but I'm like, I look so much better. I'm like, holy, I'm like, wow. And so I'm like, Catherine Heigl would be like floored if she was with me, I think anyway, but maybe she would be like, no, you're too full of yourself, whatever. But I mean, as far as I'm concerned, I look so much better than her husband. I'm like, this is her husband? Like, why is her husband like that? But obviously she loves him, and we all have different tastes, right? So to her, he's like the sexiest thing ever. So I'm like, okay, that's cool. She has a husband and she loves him. And I'm like, and she was always trying to please men and trying to be good to men and do the things that she thought they wanted. And then she's like, I'm happy this man loves me for me, and he won't need me to be any different. And he can handle my outbursts and all this stuff. So I'm happy for her. She loves the guy. And she really does think he's sexy. Like, she doesn't think he's not sexy. Why would she not think he's sexy if she married him? But I'm thinking to myself, like, I look way better. I'm like, holy, this is Katherine Heigl, like one of the most gorgeous women in Hollywood. I mean, she got a bit chubbier later on, not too much, but she did gain some weight. But yeah, she looks great though, and I'm like, that's cool. I mean, and of course, my wife is gorgeous, so I mean, I know this, but like I just find it, when you're Katherine Heigl, like some people maybe they feel they can't get that, but Katherine Heigl definitely could have. Like she could have gotten a gorgeous guy easily, and this guy is obviously good looking, but I just don't find him to be that good looking compared to like other men, especially Hollywood men. If she dated a Hollywood guy, I'm sure he would have been better looking. But I'm just like, does her mom think she's settled? I don't know. Like, I don't know, but she's really happy with the guy, so she's not thinking anything's wrong. And like Ariana Grande, for instance, too. Like her husband, I don't find him like her fiance. I don't think he's very attractive. He looks like a woman to me, which there's nothing wrong with that. But I'm like, she's gloating about it. I'm like, well, he doesn't look very good to me. I don't know. I don't know why I think that, but I just do. I look at myself and I think, holy, I'm gorgeous, you know. Anyway, guys, click that subscribe button for Marco and Melina. Thank you, bye now.